Customs Memorandum Order. CMO, number 07, 2020. Subject Interim Procedure on Provisional Goods Declaration, PGD. Section 1. Scope. This CMO shall cover all provisional goods declarations to be processed under the formal entry system. Section 2. Objectives. 2.1 To provide interim procedures in the implementation of Sections 403 and 426 of RA 10863, otherwise known as the Customs Modernization and Tariff Act, on the lodging and processing of PGD and the conditions therefor. 2.2 To establish a uniform compliance regime for brokers, importers, and other stakeholders on PGD, and 2.3 To ensure that the PGD mechanism is not used to circumvent the provisions of the CMTA and other related laws. Section 3. Administrative Provisions. 3.1 Lodgement of provisional goods declaration may be allowed in the following circumstances. 3.1.1 When no regulatory permit, clearance, or license has been presented at the time of lodgement, provided that the importer has filed his application for such permit, clearance, or license, prior to the departure of the goods from the country of origin, prior to or after the arrival of the goods into the Philippines, depending on the policy of the concerned regulatory agency. In cases where the permit, license, or clearance may be secured after the arrival of the shipment, PGD may be allowed provided that the period to submit the same shall be in accordance with the requirement of the regulatory agency. 3.1.2 When the tax exemption endorsement, TEI, from the DOF, or the tax exempt certificate, TEC, or authority to release imported goods, ATRIG, from the BIR has not been issued yet, provided an application has already been filed at the time of lodgement, or 3.1.3 Any other situation where the declarant lacks certain information or document to make a complete goods declaration, provided it is not due to the declarant's negligence or fault, and provided further that the mandatory information and documents are present. 3.2 The Bureau shall assign a model of declaration/procedure codes, Annex A, to identify that the goods declaration is provisional in nature upon lodgement. 3.3 All PGDs shall be selected either yellow or red in the Bureau's management selectivity system. 3.4 The procedure for assignment of PGDs under the Goods Declaration Verification System, GDVS, if applicable, shall be similar to the assignment of regular consumption goods declaration. 3.5 Goods declaration shall be considered full and complete insofar as supporting documents and information are concerned if the declarant does not indicate the provisional nature of such lodgement. 3.6 If the district/subport collector accepts a PGD, the duty and tax treatment of the goods shall not be different from that of goods with complete declaration. 3.7 Tentative assessment of duties, taxes, and other charges on goods covered by a PGD shall be completed upon final readjustment and submission by the declarant of the additional information or documentation required to complete the goods declaration. 3.8 Processing of a PGD for relief consignments shall be governed by a separate CMO. Section 4. Lodgement and filing of PGD. The declarant shall lodge and file the PGD in accordance with the following procedure. 4.1 The declarant shall lodge the PGD by using the assigned model of declaration code for PG4 under Box 1 of the Single Administrative Document, SAD. 4.2 Under Box 37A, the declarant shall likewise encode the procedure code 4400, including the 3-digit additional code under Box 37B, as may be applicable, Annex A. 4.3 The declarant shall supply all the necessary information upon lodgement as if he/she is filing a regular goods declaration. 4.4 The declarant must file the PGD with the Entry Processing Unit, EPU, or equivalent unit within 48 hours from lodgement, except when the 48-hour falls on a non-working day, in which case the deadline shall be the next working day. 4.5 The following documents shall be submitted upon filing in support of the PGD. A duly endorsed bill of lading or airway bill. B. Commercial invoice or pro forma invoice. C. Packing list. DPGD Documentary Requirements, Annex B. Application for TEI, TEC, ATRIG, permit, clearance, license, or any other regulatory requirements, if applicable. F. All supporting documents which are considered provisional, such as advance copy of the Certificate of Origin/Origin Declaration, and G. Undertaking, Annex C, to submit the lacking documents. Section 5. Processing of PGD. The PGD shall be processed in accordance with the following procedure. 5.1 Responsibility of the Entry Processing Unit, EPU, or equivalent unit. 5.1.1 The assigned EPU personnel shall receive the PGD together with all the supporting documents as listed under Section 4.5 of this order. 5.1.2 The EPU personnel shall write the PGD control number and the SAD number on the PGD checklist Annex B. The control number shall be in sequential order with the following format. Last 2-digit year-5-digit sequential number. Example PGD control number 19-00001. 5.1.3 The EPU personnel shall process the PGD in accordance with the rules on GDVS, if applicable. 5.1.4 The EPU personnel shall forward the documents to the Customs Operations Officer 5, COO5, of the section concerned in case of POM and MICP, or to the Formal Entry Division, FED, Chief or its equivalent unit for other ports. 5.2 Responsibility of the Customs Operations Officer 3, COO3. The COO3 shall evaluate the documents submitted in support of the PGD. 5.2.1 In case of regulated shipments, the following shall be undertaken. A. When no regulatory permit, clearance, or license has been presented at the time of lodgment, the COO3 shall ensure that the application for such permit, clearance, or license has been attached to the goods declaration. B. If the permit, license, or clearance is required by the concerned regulatory agency to be secured prior to the departure of the goods from the country of origin or prior to the arrival of the goods into the Philippines, the COO3 shall not process the goods declaration and shall recommend the issuance of warrant of seizure and detention, WSD, against the shipment. C. In cases where the permit, license, or clearance may be secured after the arrival of the shipment, the COO3 shall ensure that the period requested to submit the lacking document as indicated in the undertaking shall be in accordance with the requirement of the regulatory agency. D. Pending submission of the lacking permit, license or clearance, the COO3 shall hold in abeyance the processing of the goods declaration until the same has been submitted. Provided that, in case of non-submission, the COO3 shall recommend the issuance of WSD against the shipment. E. Notwithstanding the provisional nature of the goods declaration, if the importer failed to submit the permit, license, or clearance as required by the concerned regulatory agency to be secured prior to the departure of the goods from the country of origin or prior to the arrival of the goods into the Philippines, the COO3 shall recommend the issuance of WSD against the shipment. The COO3 shall change the procedure code under Box 37A from 4400 to 4402. 5.2.2 In case where the lack of the ATRIG is the reason for the PGD, the COO3 shall not process the goods declaration without the submission of the same. 5.2.3 If the PGD is in order, the COO3 shall process the same similar to goods declaration for consumption. 5.2.4 If there is a request for release of the goods under tentative assessment, Annex D, the COO3 shall compute the duties, taxes, and other charges which shall not be different from that of goods with complete declaration. The COO3 shall also compute the amount of security equivalent to the difference between the declared duties, taxes, and other charges versus the assessment if there is non-compliance of the undertaking to submit the required documents. 5.2.5 After updating the GDVS status, the COO3 shall forward the PGD SAD with supporting documents to the COO5 with recommendation for the approval of the request for release of the goods under tentative assessment. 5.2.6 If upon filing of the PGD, the lacking document was eventually submitted, the C003 shall process the shipment similar to a goods declaration for consumption. The C003 shall reflect all findings and actions taken pertaining to the shipment in the E2M Inspection Act. The C003 shall update the GDVS status and then forward the PGD SAD with supporting documents to the C005 with recommendation to release the shipment under tentative assessment. 5.3 Responsibility of the C005. The C005 shall review the findings and recommendations of the C003. 5.3.1 In case additional documents are required or an issue may arise in relation thereto, the C005 will select the C005 in process status and input the relevant remarks on the goods declaration in the GDVS to inform the importer or declarant. The hard copies of additional documents shall be submitted to the help desk assigned for that purpose. 5.3.2 The C005 shall review and evaluate the findings and recommendation of the C003 in case of regulated shipments. 5.3.3 In case of request for release under tentative assessment, the C005 shall likewise review the assessed duties, taxes, and other charges which shall not be different from that of goods with complete declaration. 5.3.4 The C005 shall also evaluate the amount of security equivalent to the difference between the declared duties, taxes, and other charges versus the assessment if there is non-compliance of the undertaking to submit the required documents. 5.3.5 If the C005 concurs with the recommendation of the C003, he/she shall endorse the recommendation to the district/subport collector through the Deputy Collector for Assessment and/or Chief, FED or its equivalent unit. 5.4 Responsibility of the Chief, FED or the Deputy Collector for Assessment. The Chief, FED and the Deputy Collector for Assessment shall review the recommendation of the C003 and C005. If they concur with the recommendation, they shall endorse the same to the District Collector for approval. 5.5 Responsibilities of the District/Subport Collector. The District/Subport Collector shall have the following responsibilities. 5.5.1 To approve or adjust the recommended period to submit the lacking documents. 5.5.2 To approve or disapprove the recommendation to release the shipment under tentative assessment. 5.5.3 To approve or disapprove the recommendation for the issuance of WSD for failure to submit the lacking documents in case of regulated goods, or 5.5.4 To approve the further processing of the goods declaration in case the lacking documents is already available during customs clearance process, or where the release thereof is favorably recommended. Section 6. Release of provisionally declared goods. The following shall be undertaken for the release of the goods under PGD. 6.1 Release under tentative assessment. 6.1.1 Upon receipt of the approved request for release under tentative assessment, the C003 shall change the procedure code under Box 37A from 4400 to 4403. 6.1.2 The C003 shall require the importer or his representative to post the required security as provided under Section 5.3.4 of this order. After receipt of the security, whether in the form of a surety bond or cash bond, the C003 shall update the Inspection Act of the E2M indicating the following. A. Approval by the District/Subport Collector of the request for release under tentative assessment. B. Posting of the required security, amount, surety bond number or receipt number of Form 51C evidencing deposit of the cash bond. 6.1.3 The C003 shall update the GDVS status and then forward the PGD SAD with supporting documents to the C005. 6.1.4 The C005 shall assess the payable duties and taxes of the goods declaration and issue the assessment notice to serve as payment instruction of the authorized agent bank, AAB, to debit the assessed duties, taxes, and other charges from the account of the importer. 6.1.5 The C005 shall also update the status by selecting Assess Status in the GDVS. 6.2 Release of regulated goods under PGD. 6.2.1 Upon approval by the District Collector to release the shipment, the C003 shall change the procedure code under Box 37A from 4400 to 4401. 6.2.2 Thereafter, the C003 shall process the shipment similar to a goods declaration for consumption. The C003 shall reflect all findings and actions taken pertaining to the shipment in the E2M Inspection Act. 6.2.3 The C003 shall update the GDVS status and then forward the PGD SAD with supporting documents to the C005. 6.2.4 The C005 shall assess the payable duties and taxes of the goods declaration and issue the assessment notice to serve as payment instruction of the AAB to debit the assessed duties, taxes, and other charges from the account of the importer. 6.2.5 The C005 shall also update the status by selecting Assess Status in the GDVS. Section 7. Separability Clause. In the event that any part hereof is declared invalid, all other parts shall remain in full force and effect. Section 8. Repealing Clause. All rules and regulations inconsistent herewith are deemed repealed or modified accordingly. Section 9. Effectivity. This order shall take effect on March 16, 2020. Annex A. Model of Declaration/Procedure Codes in the E2M System to implement Provisional Goods Declaration, PGD. Annex B. Provisional Goods Declaration, PGD. Documentary Requirements. Annex C. Undertaking for Provisional Goods Declaration. Annex D. Subject, Request for Release under Tentative Assessment.